Hi everybody, Mark Michaels here from Cutting Horse Central, and we are here at the South Point Casino for the Pacific Coast Cutting Horse Association 40th running of their Open Futurity, the PCCHA Futurity, which is sponsored this year by Holy Cow Performance Horses. And we've got a very special guest here today, Mr. Ray Suter, who is the champion of the very first Pacific Coast Cutting Horse Association Futurity way back in 1979. Welcome, Ray.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you stopped by. So tell us a little bit about where was the first PCCHA Futurity held?
Mount Clemens, California, at a small ranch that Frank Monaco owned.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so it was just on a ranch setting?
Yep, ranch setting, no video, no anything. There wasn't even cell phones or internet back then.
Right, so there was 65
horses, I believe, in that show.
In the Open Futurity?
Yeah, in the Open.
Yeah, so what did you win?
I won the Open and second in the non-pro, believe it or not. How does that happen? But I guess that happens.
Right.
But yeah, I won the first Futurity that the Pacific Coast put on a horse that nobody wanted to ride.
Yeah.
So I took her.
So what did you win for the Open there? You won a saddle, I believe?
I won a saddle, a belt buckle, and that's about it. And a check.
Yeah.
I didn't never seen the check, but
you never seen the check?
I didn't own the horse, so I never seen the check. So.
Gotcha. So tell us about the horse.
Her name was Lintons Doll. I had wrote in that one story that you can see on the PCCHA website that nobody was breaking her. She was only about 14 hands, and she was out back, and I asked my father, I says, can I have a go at breaking her? Mm-hmm. He goes, yeah, because I've been helping Whitey Eric. He's one of the guys that work for us, and I've been helping him. I like the process of breaking horses.
Right.
So I started breaking her, and within a week I let a cow in the arena, and she took to that cow.
Yeah.
That was more fun. She turned it into a game.
Really?
It was a game to her to work a cow.
Yeah.
And I just kind of pointed her in this direction and that direction, and she did it all on her own.
So you basically started her and did the training?
Started her and trained her and all that stuff. Yeah. I'm down there watching those horses lope in a circle. Yeah. Nobody knew about that horse. She would not lope in a circle.
Really?
She wanted to run in a circle. I let Whitey Eric, I let even my brother Joe Suter, see if you can teach her how to lope in a circle. Uh-huh. Nope, she wanted to run in a circle.
She wanted to run.
So when I had to warm her up or before the show, I needed to go find an arena or somewhere where nobody was, because it was embarrassing.
Just let her blow
try
off some
to
steam.
Lope a circle with her.
Yeah.
You know, and she was a little bit timid. She didn't like to be told what to do. I even wrote in that story, you don't tell her what to do, just point her in that direction.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing. So you mentioned your dad, your family. Tell us a little bit about your family history within the sport of cutting back then.
Oh, my dad started riding cutting horses back in the 50s. Gene Suter, and I was working he had a horse trailer place, and he gave me a job. I started working there when I was 13, 14 years old. And he said, you should learn to ride horses one of these days. Yeah. I don't ever want to do that. You know what I want to do that for? I like working. So he closed up his horse trailer place, and I said, well, heck, I might as well learn how to ride. And as I wrote in that story again, too, my brother Dan taught me how to ride. My dad didn't have time to help me ride.
Really?
But there was my dad, Gene Suter, my stepmother, Margie Suter, my brother, Joe Suter, and me, Ray Suter, riding horses at the time.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty familiar names in the cutting horse history.
Yeah, my dad's in the National Cutting Horse Hall of Fame.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So that first finals back in 1979, there was some recognizable names that I've seen from the list. I mean, Lindy Birch was reserve champion there.
Ain't nobody beat Lindy Birch.
That's quite an accomplishment.
She's good. Just if you could beat her, yes, I know. Yeah. She was one of the first to congratulate me when I did win it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So who else was in the finals there?
Everybody at the time. Leon Harrell.
He had a couple in there.
Lindy Birch. Gary Belafonte.
Yeah.
Probably Mike Mallory was in it. You can't hardly beat him either.
Yeah.
So
Finals, wasn't he?
I was definitely an underdog. I had just barely made the finals.
Right.
I don't remember what I marked, but I was the second to last horse to make the final.
Yeah. So what did you do after that? You continued to show for a while, or?
I was committed to the National Cutting Horse Fraternity. I showed a horse there named Mabelina. And then again, of all the horses there, I was 1 point from making the semifinals.
Oh, really?
On a horse that I never even rode.
Really?
I never even rode her. I was just showing her.
Yeah.
And then my dad, we got this stud named Montana Doc, and I took over doing all his artificial insemination. And one year we bred 75 mares, and we were really busy breeding horses. So I just took it over and started doing it. So
Yeah.
I had never really stepped on a horse again.
Yeah.
Once in a while I'd lope some horses, I'd do whatever needed to be done around the ranch.
Yeah. Do you miss it?
Yes, I miss it really bad. I really did. It was kind of funny back then. I was never asked to show another horse. Nobody, just kind of funny.
Yeah. It worked out that way.
I was an underdog on an underdog horse.
Yeah.
It worked out.
All the cards fell into place that day. And
It is. All the stars and planets lined up. It had to. It had to. And everything.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thanks for stopping by. Really
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
It was good to catch up with you and hear your story, and congratulations.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
All right, well, be sure to tune in for the rest of the show here this week. It runs through October 12th here at the South Point Casino, and you can tune in to CHC Live Scoring or go to PCCHA.com. Thank you.
Thank you.